Hello, children. This is Mansi Bhosle, your mentor for physics and maths. I have come with yet another interesting episode for arithmetic progression, now based on applications of arithmetic progression. Now, applications, or you can say word problems, these are going to be real life situations, and based on the situation, we have to find out, we have to form an AP and answer the questions which have been asked. Right? So this is how maths is applied in real life. So let us see some interesting questions. Okay. Question number 1 says, now on 1st Jan 2016, Sanika decides to save rupees 10, rupee 11 on the second day, rupee 12 on the third day. If she decides to save this till 31st December 2016, what would be her total saving? Okay, so let us start from when it has started. From 1st Jan, she started, and 1st Jan she first saved rupees 10. On 2nd Jan, she saved rupees 11. 3rd Jan, she saved rupees 12, and so on and so on and so on. And this is till when? This is till 31st December. We don't know how much she is saving till then. So if you see, the first term over here is A. Rupees 10 is your A. It means A is equal to 10, because that is the first amount that she started saving. After that, every day she is adding rupee 1. Every day she is adding rupee 1. So if you see, what will be your D in this case? Your D in this case, B is again going to be 1. So if you see, this difference between them is 1, 10, 11 is also 1. Now we need to find out what would be her total saving. I mean, for the entire year 2016, what will be her total saving? So tell me, what is the year? The year is 2016. Now, how many days are there in the year? Normally, there are 365 days. But as 2016 is a leap year, okay, it's a leap year. So how many number of days? So therefore, total number of days will be 366. Okay, normally we have 365 days, but especially on a leap year, like 2020 is also a leap year, we have 366 days now. Okay, so leap year 360, that means, so each and every day is counted. So how many total terms are there? 366 total terms are there. So that means now your N is equal to 366. So you have A, you have D, and you have N. What do we need to find out? We need to find out N, because they have asked us what would be her total saving at the end on 31st December 2016. What will be her saving? So let us just write the formula for S. Sn is equal to N by 2 in bracket 2A plus N minus 1 into D. Now let us just substitute all these values. So therefore Sn is equal to 366 divided by 2, 2 into 10 plus N minus 1. So N, okay, 366 minus 1 into 1. Let us solve this now. We get 70,455. That means, see, especially for word problems, it's very important to write the statements. So that means at the end of the year, on 31st December 2016, total savings for Sanika was rupees 70,455. So this much amount of money she saved for that particular year. Okay, let us proceed now. Now, question number 2, it says, a man borrows rupees 8,000 and agrees to repay a total interest of 1,360 in 12 monthly installments, each installment being less than the preceding one by rupees 40. Find the amount of the first installment and the last installment. So that means total amount that is borrowed is rupees 8,000, and he promises to pay interest of 1,360. So plus interest plus rupees 1360. So total amount that he has to repay is 9360, right? 9360, he has to repay this amount. Now, how many instances? So this is the total amount that he has to, that means, so this can, whatever is the total will always the take form of SN, right? Now, how many installments does he going to installments total? So N equal to 12 number of installments, he has to repay this amount. Now, each installment being less than the preceding installment by rupees 40. So let's say the first we don't know the first installment. If the first installment is A, second installment will be 40 less than A, that means A minus 40. Third installment will be 40 less than this amount. So A minus 40, that means minus 80. So we get our D over here. So therefore D is equal to minus 40. Right? So we got N, we got D, we also got Sn. We can find out the first term. So now let us first write down the formula. Sn is equal to N by 2, 2A plus N minus 1 into D. So what is Sn? Sn is 9360 equal to 12 upon 2, 2 into A plus 12 minus 1 will be 11 into minus 40. So let us solve this for N and solve this for A and find out the value of A. We get the first term, A is equal to 1000. That means the person started by paying rupees 1000 in the first month, rupees 40 less, that means 960 in the second month, 920 in the third month, and so on. Now we need to calculate the first and the last installment. So the last installment will be, let's say, A12. So A12 is A plus 11D. So this will be A is 1000 plus 11 into minus 40. So this is going to be 1000 minus 440. 44 minus 440. It is going to be rupees 560. So the last installment that he will pay in the last month would be rupees 560. Okay, so that's the last installment. First installment is rupees 1000. So you need to write this in statements at the end of every answer. Okay, let us proceed to question number 3. This says, Sachin invested in a national savings certificate scheme. In the first year, he invested rupees 5,000. In the second year, 7,000. In the third year, 9,000, and so on. Find the total amount that he invested in 12 years. So first year invested 5,000. A becomes 5,000. Second year, 7,000. That means second term. So let's say A1. A2 is 7,000 or T2. Third is 9,000. So you can see difference. D is 2,000. 2,000. So we can come down to a conclusion that the first term A will be 1,000. D is equal to 2,000. And we have to find the total amount that he invested in 12 years. That means N is equal to 12. Total, I told you, whenever total amount is asked, that means we have to find out S. So S is equal to N by 2 in bracket 2A plus N minus 1 into D. Let us substitute the values. So 12 upon 2. 2 into 5,000 plus 12 minus 1 is 11 into 2,000. So let us calculate. It's 1,92,000. So 32 6 is 192 and then 3 zeros. So basically, yes, so we can write down the statement. The total amount invested in 12 years will be rupees 1,92,000. That's your answer. Okay. Right. Next one. There is an auditorium with 27 rows of seats. There are 20 seats in the first row, 22 seats. Okay, there are in all 27 rows. That means n is equal to 27 rows are there. First row comprises of 20 seats. Second row comprises of 22 seats. Third row comprises of 24 seats, and so on. We have to find the number of seats in the 15th row. So we know that this is the first row, so this becomes our A. If you see the common difference, common increasing by 2, so therefore D is equal to 2. A is equal to 20. D becomes equal to 2. We need to find the number of rows in the 15th. So we have to find out the 15th term and how many total seats are there in the auditorium. So let's find out first the 15th term. So A15, or let's say T15, will be equal to A plus 14B. What is A20 plus 14 into 2? 14 2 is 28. It's 28, which is equal to 48. A15 is equal to 48. That means number of rows, number of seats in the 15th row will be 48 seats. So now we have to find out the total seats. As I told you, whenever total is there, you need to find out S. So n by 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. How many total rows were there? 27. So n becomes 27. So let us put in the values. 27 upon 2. 2 into 20 plus 27 minus 1 will be 26 into D is 2. So let us solve this. It's 1242. That means at the end you need to write the statement. Hence, total seats in the auditorium are 1242. Okay. Then we have Kargil's temperature was recorded in a week from Monday to Saturday. So 6 days are there. Monday to Saturday, temperature was recorded and the readings were in AP. The sum of the temperatures on Monday and Saturday was 5 degrees more than the sum of temperatures on Tuesday and Saturday. If the temperature of Wednesday was minus 30 Celsius, find the temperature on the other 5 days. Okay. So now there are how many days? 6 days. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this becomes your A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 and A6. So 6 terms are there total and they are in AP. It's already given. Now sum of the temperatures of Monday and Saturday. So that means according to the first situation, sum of the temperatures. So A1 plus A6 is equal. Sum of the temperatures was 5 degrees more than the sum of the temperatures of Tuesday and Saturday. So this was 5 degrees more plus Tuesday and Saturday. So Tuesday is A2 plus A6. This is the first situation. Now, according to first situation, if we see on both these things, your A6 is there, so it will be cancelled from here only. And if I take this A2 over this side, so what do I get? I get A1 minus A2 is equal to 5. So A1 will be A minus A2 will be A plus D. So minus A minus D is equal to 5. A and A will cancel. Minus D equal to 5. So we get therefore D is equal to minus 5. So the difference is minus 5. Now, what do we get? If the temperature of Wednesday is minus 30 degree, temperature of Wednesday is minus 30. So Wednesday is what? A3. A3 is minus 30 degree. Find the temperature on another 5 days. Okay. So what is A3? A3 is basically A plus 2D. So let us just plug in the values. Minus 30 is equal to A plus 2 into minus 5, that's minus 10. Minus 10 will become here plus 10. So 30 plus 10 is equal to A. A becomes minus 20 degrees centigrade. So we got a temperature of Monday, that is hence Monday. We need to find out temperature of all the days now. So if Monday is the first term, that is A is minus 20 degrees Celsius, and it is every day it is decreasing by minus 5, right? So Tuesday it will be minus 25. Wednesday it is already given minus 30 degrees Celsius. Thursday is going to be minus 35 degrees Celsius. Friday is going to be minus 40 degrees Celsius. And finally on Saturday, it's going to be minus 45 degrees Celsius. So these are the temperatures for the entire week, right? This is the way you need to solve. Right, last question for today. On the World Environment Day, tree plantation program was arranged, right, on a land which is triangular in shape. Trees are planted such that in the first row, okay, it's a triangle shape. In the first row, we have one tree. In the second row, we have two trees. So let us say this is the triangular shape. So in the first row, they have one tree. Second row, two trees. Third row, 1, 2, 3 trees. And so on. This will go like this. Total number of trees, okay, total how many rows are there? Rows they have given. Total number of rows is 25. So n is equal to 25. We need to find out total number of trees. So as we saw, this is 1 and it is increasing by 1. So obviously your A number of trees in the first row is 1, so A becomes 1, and every row it is increasing by 1, so your D is also 1. Three things are known. Total trees, so S you have to find out. N by 2, 2A plus N minus 1 into D. Just plug in the values and find out the answer. We get 325. So hence there are total number of trees in the planted on the this rectangular shaped area. Total number of trees would be 325. Right? So this is the way we need to solve word problems based on AP, and both formulas will be used for nth term. An or Tn is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D, and for the sum n by 2 in bracket 2A plus N minus 1 into D. If the last term is given, you can find out the sum by n by 2 in bracket A plus L, where L is the last term. So these are the only formulas that we have to use. Next episode, episode 6, I will be dealing with again more questions based on word problems, right? So stay tuned. Do like, share and subscribe the channel, right? Any doubts, please do comment in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you soon.